Today we are talking Dolce and Gabbana, baby. I have a bag and a frag to share, and I'll start with the bag and signpost to where the fragrance is at below in case you want to hop over to my review of Light Bleu Eau Intense right now. Welcome back to my channel, darlings. I talk bags and increasingly frags on my channel, so subscribe if that is your cup of tea. Now, a few of you already know, but I've been lusting after a quilted Gucci bag that came out last year. It comes in either black or silver, and actually, since I already have a very nice black vintage Chloe camera bag, I'll post a link to that old review somewhere here, I admit to looking a lot more at the silver version. I actually almost bought the bag secondhand a few months ago, but wasn't at a price I was willing to pay for it, especially as currently my bag collection does meet all my needs, so this would definitely be more of a want purchase. Well, last week I was browsing on Mercari and found this little guy right here, which bears a pretty strong resemblance to the Gucci bag. Also, it was being sold for a song. So I grabbed it. The Lily Glam series from Dolce & Gabbana came out for spring and summer back in 2012, mostly in a variety of bright colors. The silver one I have here is the Lily Glam Clutch, which is a rectangular quilted number. It also came out in a nylon finish in colors like green or pink. And this bag is pretty compact and lightweight and features silver tone hardware throughout. There are 3 compartments, each with a separate zip fastening. It has the Dolce & Gabbana brand plaque on the front, and originally a removable shoulder or crossbody strap. It's adjustable, but mine didn't come with one. Instead, it came with a silver chain, which works fine for me as a shorter strap, but not crossbody. So this is not the original chain. The seller just tossed it in, and not to worry because I have plenty of bag straps now. So inside, the bag is lined in black material, nylon I think, and has a single zip fastening pocket in the inner side. The middle compartment is the widest and the side compartments are very slim. I'll share the measurements below. This bag really keeps my bits and bobs organized, and I can carry it as a clutch, and with the right straps it can become a handbag, like this, a shoulder bag, and a crossbody bag. I've spoken about this many times before, but bags with D-rings are always versatile. This is an excellent size. It's big enough to hold most of what I need on a daily basis, yet it's also small enough so I can toss it into a bigger satchel or tote. I believe I've also ragged on in my channel about camera bags in general, which are essentially what this is, but in a slimmer profile, which also incidentally makes for a much more flattering silhouette when worn cross or crossbody or even just as a shoulder bag. I think this will even make for a good posh travel bag for storing passports and tickets and things like that when I go back to traveling again. So the negatives on this particular bag are several. Number one, it's not in the best condition. There are scrapes and nicks on the corner, but as the underside piping appears to be some sort of white plastic, the wearing off of the silver doesn't show so much unless you're close up. Number 2, having 3 zippers makes the bag slightly heavier. Not a problem, but it's too fussy for my taste. 1 or 2 compartments would have been fine. And the bag looks better when all of the zippers are on one side, like the 2 side zippers, and the middle zippers are in the middle or on the other side. If all the tabs are on one side of the bag, I think it looks a bit, messy. I don't like that look. So again, just too many compartments, I guess, which is strange because it's a great way to organize your stuff if you can remember what you put where. Otherwise you'll be opening and closing stuff going, where did I put my blah, blah, blah? That's a pain. Number 3, this is a flashy bag, and it would also clash with my gold looks. So that limits its versatility for me. And I'm not someone who likes to mix their metals, so that limits what I can wear it with. The Lily bag from Dolce & Gabbana also came out in a rounder leather pink, black, or silver version, the latter with gold hardware. If you can find one of those on the pre-loved market, this might be a great alternative for those of you who are lusting after Chanel's decidedly impractical recent take on this. The series also offered up a tote bag, a barrel bag, a larger quilted shoulder bag, which was apparently an iconic model from Dolce & Gabbana, but maybe not that iconic because I haven't seen it on their website. But the most iconic bag, which is still definitely on sale at Dolce & Gabbana, is, as you may well know, the Sicily bag, which comes in a large variety of materials and sizes. For every season, I want one. And of course, if you want to be quintessentially Dolce & Gabbana, you need to have it in this print and perhaps get some embellishments. But back to the 2012 collection, there's also a shoulder bag which is a little similar to this in some ways, but it's bigger and features a tassel and different straps and zipper pulls. There's also an oval mini Lily Glam bag. In any case, I admit I have not used this one, so my review is predictory in nature, but I'll definitely start using it this fall. Okay, now what I wanted to do now is review a Dolce & Gabbana fragrance that I quite like, but I realized just before filming that I used it up, so I'll stop here and continue the video after I get the perfume that I've just ordered online. Let's see how long it takes to get here. Stay tuned. Hello my lovelies, I'm back and I have with me a new fragrance from Dolce & Gabbana, and it only took a couple of weeks to arrive, and for where I live I consider that fast. I originally wanted to talk about the first iteration of Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I have a bottle of that, but I went through that faster than a greyhound at the races. My fast consumption was not due to my love of the fragrance itself, but rather due to its dismal longevity. The fragrance barely lasted an hour on my skin, something I generally try to avoid in fragrance, regardless of the price tag. Much as I enjoyed that bottle of light blue, I most certainly do not think it offered good value. I can't really blame the fragrance entirely for this because it's in the nature of fragrances that center around citrus to fade fast. When I heard that Olivier Crest was coming out with a new, intense version of light blue, my curiosity piqued. Could this new version improve on the 2011 original's truly crappy performance? Well, I've been using Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense since it arrived a few days ago. Here it is. And the short of it is that this little guy in a stockier bottle with a narrower head here does not last a long time, but definitely outperforms the original. As for the comparative smell quality, well, it's not quite the same. Here's a note breakdown of this citrus musk concoction that came out in 2017. And here's the breakdown of the original. So, kind of the same. The main difference is that in the intense version, I think the lemons at the top are sharper and there are fewer green apples. The base now has more perceptible woody notes, which I presume are what help it last a bit longer on the skin. Now this perception is based on memory though, as I only have this intense version now, and I think at the end of the day, the effect is pretty same-ish. Okay, so what is this perfume all about? As you've probably gathered, it's a freshy citrus scent that's perfect for really hot weather, and I get a lot of that where I am. But I'm not a freshy person. I prefer those fragrances that are warm and sensuous and rich, and it's so sad that I live in a very hot climate because I can't pull those scents off a lot. Now, I've not sensed the version of this targeted at men, but I think this one here is for all genders. There's a very gourmand quality about this to my nose. It's akin to, let me spray it. I gotta spray it on me too. Ooh. Yeah, it's sharp at the beginning. It's, yeah. It's akin to light and flaky pie crust that's packed to the brim with very tart and sweet lemon curd, you know, like Wilkinson's, my favorite. It's mouth-watering and sour sweet, and what's remarkable with this fragrance is how it manages to give off the impression of being very high calorie. There is a lot of white sugar richness to this, and yet it's not heavy and it's not cloying. Perhaps that's where the magic lies in this fragrance. It has the ability to kind of be two things at once without really being either. One must really applaud master perfumer Monsieur Cresp for pulling that off. Olivier Cresp is the gentleman responsible for frags like Mugler's Angel, Carolina Herrera's CH, Givenchy's Ange ou Démon, and YSL's Black Opium and Mon Paris. In 2018, he started his own brand called Acro. I'm really eager to sniff that one out. I've not tried anything from that line. And yes, I do like light blue, but it can be indeed screechy at first, but that kitchen cleaner effect does subside. It's velvety fresh, it's crisp and it's zingy. Although I've never done so, I can imagine you can layer this pretty well too with other smellies. But at the end of the day, I think light blue gets a lot more love from consumers than I personally believe it deserves. Citrusy fresh fragrances are ubiquitous, and this one is indeed one of the better ones, but even this intense version doesn't offer exceptional performance, at least on me. Yeah, if you want to try out something similar to this, I think you'd have lots to choose from that offer better value. For a fresh, citrusy fragrance, I enjoy anything with the name Verbena from L'Occitane en Provence. There's much more bang for your buck there. From designers, you might also consider Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gioia, Moschino's Cheap and Chic I Love Love, Versace's Versense, Calvin Klein's CK1, Chanel's Chance Eau Fraîche, Lanvin's Éclat d'Arpège, and Donna Karan New York's Be Delicious. Light blue Eau Intense comes in 25, 50, and 100 ml bottles. I think it's obvious, but this is the 25. So I'm going to enjoy this wee bottle, but I don't think I'll be repurchasing it, and I don't think I'll be digging too much more into it in 2020 either, because the weather has suddenly cooled down, and now I'm looking forward to wearing my warmer, richer fragrances. Ja, それで今日終わりたいと思います。Thanks as always for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Kindly like and subscribe if you do like these things. Bag Hag and Scent Gourmand signing out. Mwah.